Let's quiet your body. All emotion is felt in the body. If you get really scared, your heart is pumping, your stomach is tight. If you're getting really nervous in a speech, you can't, your throat is tight, shoulders, jaw, head. Your body reacts to emotion. It reacts a lot to emotion. Let's quiet the body. So here's how you do it using the emotional freedom technique, also called tapping. First, what is the issue that's bothering you? So let's pick something really big. Okay, let's say we're really upset about something that really did happen, present, past, or future. Really upset. In fact, 0 to 10, we're a 10. The next question is, as you think about that, where do you feel it in your body? Most of my clients show me, they don't tell me. They grab their throat, they grab their pounding chest, they grab their queasy stomach, they grab their head. Take the issue and throw it out to the street. Of course, that's imagination, and they're not really throwing it out to the street. Go through the body, quiet the body. Let's say it's a tight throat. 0 to 10, how tight is that throat? It's a 9. It's usually very close. So that's what you do. Go through the acupoints, and you know them. The acupoints. Even though my throat is tight, I'm a good person. My throat is tight. My throat is tight. I feel a tight throat. Follow with me and just talk about whatever you're feeling in your body. My throat is tight. I feel a tight throat. My throat is tight. Some people have a tight throat. Some people have a pounding chest. Some people have a queasy stomach. They feel like they're going to throw up. Some people feel it, tight shoulders. We're staying with tight throat. My throat is tight. As I think about this awful thing, it's tight. Under the arm, over to that gamut spot, and heart hold. Thinking about just the body, only thinking about the body, that tight throat. Let's do it again. My throat is tight. My throat is tight. We're using Touch and Breathe, by the way, created by John Deepolt in Morristown, New Jersey. In our eyebrow, touch and tap, touch and breathe. My throat is tight. I have a tight throat. My throat is tight. My throat is tight. My throat is not as tight. How'd that happen? My throat is still tight, but it's not as tight. It's really not as tight. And if we do it one more time, my throat is tight. My throat is tight. My throat is less tight. My throat is tight. It's less tight. My throat is tight. It's less tight. My throat is tight. My throat is tight. My throat is tight. My throat is tight. So my throat is not as tight anymore. It's just not as tight anymore. And that's kind of remarkable. So 0 to 10, it was a 9. It's now about a 4. I could do that again. My throat is still tight. My throat is still tight. And what happens is I keep taking that down. Go over this over and over again. Be persistent. Repeat it 3 more times. What happens is it quiets down the body. And this weird thing is when the body is quiet, the issue doesn't bother you as much. So tune back into that horrible thing that happened, and it was a 10, and now it's a 5, maybe even a 4. You can ask, where does it bother you now? It's probably someplace new. My heart is racing. Okay, let's do it. Throw the issue out to the street. Let's go through my heart is racing. My heart is racing. My heart is racing. My heart is racing. And you take that down until that's a 2 or below also. One more thing I want to show you while we're here. I think that all these points are just body language. I think we use them all the time. You're watching sports events and something great happens and they're cheering and something else happens and they're holding all these places. So I call this camouflaged EFT. Okay, this is the side of hand. You just cover it. You got an itch. And I teach this to especially my clients that we're working on test anxiety in our eyebrow, camouflaging it. Go slow. Outer eye. And I teach it to to people so that if you're in a public place, if you're waiting for a diagnosis, under the eye, really kind of inconspicuous, under the nose, and look, this is body language. We sit like this all the time. Under the lip. And so if you're taking a test, if you're getting a report of some type, if anything's worrying you, scratching a collarbone, that scratch goes under the arm, it comes over here, you camouflage it in one hand or skip it. So now you know how to go through the body and do that first. And then afterwards, go back and go through the issue. And you also know how to camouflage it. Teach your clients how to camouflage it so they can use it publicly. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to find me, I am Robin Bilazarian. I do have a website. It's robineft.net. Robin with an I, ROBINEFT.net.